Christmas. Quickmart wamesema wacha troli isuffocate, wacha troli ichoke. Jaza kwa sababu there's a whooping 1 million bob to be won. All you have to do ni kupiga shopping worth 1,500 and above. Na uko ndani ya draw. Krisi ipambe na Quickmart. Quickmart, fresh and easy.
Oh, yani aje, mino jonte fresh. Jumi transform go ordinary za mtush. Zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bail into the freshest igi koshi yote. Siri ni hii real mpya ya pink. So clean, so fresh. Ma customer unaisana na hii story. Ninatumia aerial touch of down ya mpya tu.
We deserve more girls. Money cash. Money cash. No money cash. We need a big change in our lives. Do you think this is a girl? No. No irritation. No irritation. We need a
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
When I cook Nutri for my family, I always use my 4-to-1 rule. To begin with, mix 1 cup of Nutri with 4 cups of cold water, and then you stir it and try and get a smooth consistency. Heat up your stove, then you pour your mixture into your pot or pan. Cook it for at least 5 to 8 minutes, and voila, you're done.
Nutri, every spoonful counts.
I have good taste and only go for things that are real.
Only Manji make the real digestive biscuits. Real crunchy, real tasty, and the real source of high fiber. Manji digestive biscuits, the real thing.
This is NTV.
Good evening. On this 14th day of December, we were hoping to have a word or an update from the National Emergency Response Committee on the way forward, especially as we get into the festivities. But no word from them doesn't mean we don't have any news. This is what's coming up.
Tonight, sorry, the health services you seek are not available.
Niliposikia habari ya strike, nilikuwa nimeshtuka sana juu. Nilikuwa najua siku yangu imekaribia na sikuwa najua hospitali yenye naweza enda.
Patients stranded as nurses and clinical officers continue their nationwide work boycott. Will the government blink? Also tonight, they are accused of hiding KEMSA loot which Senate now seeks.
Many of these companies that were given tenders by KEMSA have really shown a lot of irresponsibility.
After months of investigations, the committee is ready to compile its report.
If they don't come on time and respect the summons, then we will give them an arrest warrant.
And it is a 9-horse race for the Msambweni seat with the mini poll on tomorrow, but it's been a dirty, foul-mouthed campaign.
Wakileta noma, noma twasijua. Wakileta ngware, ngware twasijua.
Also ahead, does the Constitution provide for the position of acting Chief Justice? A petition filed in court says no.
Basically, then what it means is that you need then to hasten the process of the appointment of the Chief Justice.
DCJ Philomena Mwilu faces yet another hurdle on her first official day as acting CJ.
NTV Tonight with Mark Masai.
Not alone, backed by full team, David Agundor is our sign language interpreter. To our top story, services in hospitals across the country remain paralyzed as nurses and clinical officers continue striking, demanding for better terms. Doctors, too, are threatening to keep off their workstations unless the government addresses their concerns. As this continues, patients seeking medical care have been caught up in the middle of a difficult situation. Anita Nkonge now paints the picture of what it's like to be a patient caught up in the strike.
Across the country, nurses and clinical officers are striking over what they say is a failure by the government to ensure their safety and meet their requirements while they fight in the front lines battling COVID-19. However, caught in the crossfire are the innocent patients who suffer the lack of health services. In Makueni County, for example, pregnant women found themselves caught in a difficult situation when health workers took off on strike. Many await services from a scarce team of healthcare workers at the Makueni Mother and Child Hospital.
Nilikuwa nimeshtuka sana juu nilikuwa najua siku yangu imekaribia na sikuwa najua hospitali yenye naweza enda juu private si kama hizi za serikali.
For those health workers who have stayed on to work at the Mother and Child Hospital, these are strenuous times.
Hatuna uwezo wa kuwaweka kwa muda mrefu, kwa hivyo mabadiliko ambayo tumeyafanya ni kuhakikisha kuwa kama ana matatizo na ana shida, tunapomzalisha, tunapomalizia na tunaona yeye na mtoto ni wazima, tunawaachilia wanaenda nyumbani. Changamoto ile kubwa sana ni kuwa ndio kazi ifanyike kamilifu katika hospitali inahitaji teamwork. Ni lazima wote wafanyikazi wale wanastahili kuhudumia mgonjwa mmoja wawepo, na kama mmoja atakuwa amepungua ni lazima iwe kazi inafanyika kwa matatizo.
In Bungoma, Nakuru and Kiambu County, health workers continue to stage protests, vowing that their strike would not be called off until the government attends to their needs. Citing poor working conditions, the health workers say that county governments should liaise with the national government to resolve the issue. Adequate provision of personal protective equipment, risk allowance and a comprehensive medical cover are amongst some of the requirements health workers have issued to the government.
BBI ni mzuri, lakini afya na usalama wa wananchi ni bora zaidi kuliko BBI. Please put your priorities right.
The 15th of December will see a hearing between the health workers and the Council of Governors after doctors went to court, only for the court to direct the industrial action by the doctors be suspended pending a hearing and determination of the application. Anita Nkonge, NTV.
And if not about the festive season and what measures should guide that with the pandemic reality with us, at least the National Emergency Response Committee would have given an update, much as they meet on a weekly basis. With this health crisis situation, it is only common sense that we would get an address from the NERC committee that is chaired by the President. But no word yet. We'll be waiting on that. There was word from the Ministry of Health on the situation about the coronavirus, and more lives are being lost to coronavirus, with 6 patients succumbing to the disease today. The COVID-19 death toll in Kenya now stands at 1,593. From the latest round of testing on 2,283 samples, at least 163 people tested positive. That raises the caseload to over 92,000 in Kenya. Fortunately, 424 more patients have recovered, raising the total to 73,452. Now, that's a number we hope will keep going up, and we wish quick recovery and full recovery for those under treatment. Our condolences to those who have lost people to this disease. These are not numbers, these are lives. The Senate Health Committee investigating the 7.8 billion shilling Kenya Medical Supplies Authority procurement scandal will formally start compiling its report after concluding its summons on interested parties implicated in the heist. Some members of the committee have, however, expressed dissatisfaction with the progress of investigation, stating that it's taken way too long to conclude. NTV's Seth Olale with the latest update on the KEMSA heist investigations.
The Secretariat of the Senate Health Committee received final written submissions from firms that benefited from the 7.8 billion shillings irregular tendering for COVID-19 medical supplies at KEMSA. Directors of at least 10 companies of interest implicated in the heist, including Shop and Buy, Briema Grain Stores and Belly Industries, recorded testimonials before the health public watchdog, either virtually or physically. The committee hearings were marred by instances of no-shows by some persons of interest being interrogated by legislators, as well as lack of proper documentation.
We need a warrant of arrest for this company so that they can be brought here to come and account.
This time round, if they don't come on time and respect the summons, then we will give them an arrest warrant. There's no two ways about this now.
Many of these companies that were given tenders by KEMSA have really shown a lot of irresponsibility. They cannot totally account for the funds that they've been given.
This now paves way for a month-long compilation of an investigative report set to be tabled before the House by January 31st, 2021, amid complaints by some committee members that investigations have taken way too long.
We are the House which is tasked with the issue of protecting counties, and we are dilly-dallying, wasting our time. You know, I am really not happy with the way we are working. I think it's about time that we come to an end. This KEMSA investigation has been ongoing for a very long time.
The Senate's sister committee in the National Assembly compiled a report that was adopted by Parliament last month. In the report, the committee noted that there was an unholy alliance between some government officials and individuals who benefited from the KEMSA tenders, but only recommended that the DCI and EACC investigate if there were any irregularities in the procurement processes at KEMSA. The National Assembly's Public Investment Committee, which has also been investigating the KEMSA heist, has taken an early Christmas break but will resume its hearings mid-January 2021. Seth Olale, NTV, Nairobi.
Judicial concerns now. The legality of Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu acting as Chief Justice in David Maraga's absence has been challenged in court. Okiya Omtata is back in court, this time contending that the Constitution does not provide for an acting Chief Justice. He also argues that the Deputy Chief Justice can only step in the case of death, a resignation or removal. Olive Burrows has the details.
Monday was Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu's first official day in office as acting Chief Justice. Chief Justice David Maraga having authorized her to act in his stead for the duration of his terminal leave. But the legality of his action has been challenged in court. In court filings submitted on Monday, serial petitioner Okiya Omtata contends that the Constitution does not provide for the position of an acting Chief Justice. He also makes the case that the Judicial Service Commission Act, Section 5(4), only provides for the Deputy Chief Justice to act in the event of death, resignation or removal. When the Honorable Justice retired, Dr. Willie Mutunga vacated office due to the lapsing of his term. No acting Chief Justice was appointed. The office remained vacant until the Honorable David Kenani Maraga was recruited and appointed as the substantive Chief Justice according to the law. Omtata has therefore moved to have the court quash the letter by Maraga authorizing Mwilu to act on his behalf.
In that scenario, there's a period when there's a lacuna in terms of the administrative role of the Chief Justice. And that is what is very, very, very untidy. And basically then what it means is that you need then to hasten the process of the appointment of the Chief Justice. Otherwise, you could end up having a serious crisis in the judiciary in terms of leadership, because all other judges are equal.
And it's exactly the kind of scenario that the Judicial Service Amendment Bill 2020 seeks to remedy by requiring the recruitment process to begin 6 months prior to the term of the Chief Justice expiring. In the present case, Maraga squashed efforts to start the recruitment in anticipation of his retirement, a move that divided not only the Judicial Service Commission but the Law Society of Kenya as well.
I think it doesn't take even basic intelligence to know that if someone's office is coming to an end as a matter of law, the earlier you start the process of recruitment, the better. You know, you do not want the sort of gaps that are there in terms of succession to happen. And you know, so I find it unfortunate that we're even having a conversation about whether we should start recruitment early.
Timely recruitment is also intended to ensure the 5-judge minimum at the Supreme Court is never in jeopardy. With the retirement of Justice Jackton Ojwang in February and Maraga out on terminal leave, the court is down to the wire as Mwilu fights off the stink of suspected corruption.
It is not enough to charge them with an offense and then they leave office, because that can open the possibility of that power being misused. You require a very comprehensive process, including the setting up of a tribunal, and then it's only thereafter that one is suspended. Now, of course, the converse is also true, that because that process can also be stopped by the courts, and the courts and the person who is under contention is a member of the judiciary, that can also lead to the misuse of the court powers in terms of suspending those sorts of processes. And that sort of delicate situation will have to be resolved with time.
With only the second Chief Justice exiting office under the current constitutional dispensation, the precedent continues to be set.
Where in an ideal world, if there is significant evidence that you have committed a crime, that there is probably merit, even you as a person, being able to step aside to allow for that process to continue and be concluded, because ultimately what that does is that it raises the integrity of the institution as a whole.
Olive Barrows, NTV.
To another position that is being contested in less than 24 hours, residents of Msambweni constituency in Kwale County will know their next member of parliament, or at least a bit more than 24 hours. All voting materials have been dispatched to all the polling stations within the region in readiness for Tuesday's by-elections. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission maintains that the elections will be free and fair, as Kevin Mutai reports from Msambweni.
Preparations for Tuesday's mini-poll in Msambweni, Kwale County began at around midday on Monday, with election officials verifying every material to be used during the exercise. Ballot papers have also been dispatched to all polling centers. There are 129 polling stations across the region.
The house of God is turning into a...
Preparations for Tuesday's mini-poll in Msambweni, Kwale County began at around midday on Monday, with election officials verifying every material to be used during the exercise. Ballot papers have also been dispatched to all polling centers. There are 129 polling stations across the region and will be opened at 6 o'clock in the morning. IEBC has also dismissed claims of voter bribery and efforts to interfere with the outcome of the elections.
Kama IEBC, we are only referees. We don't have a preferred candidate. We treat all candidates equally. Sasa. So, what we will announce here will be the final results. We don't have a preferred candidate. Each voter ataenda atekeleze wajibu wake ya kidemokrasia na kuchagua kiongozi wake.
There are 69,003 registered voters distributed across the 4 wards of Ramisi, Kinondo, Ukunda and Bongwe Gombato. IEBC maintains that voters will not be allowed to access the polling centers past 5 o'clock in the evening, but all those who will be in the queue past that time will be allowed to cast their ballots.
Hii wiki moja ambayo imepita, sajili yote imeweza kuchapishwa na kuwekwa kwenye vituo. Kwa hivyo umma imeenda ikadhibitisha kwamba, ama raia wameenda wakadhibitisha kwamba wao ni wapiga kura katika vituo hivyo. Kwa hivyo sidhani kama tutakuwa na visa ambapo mtu anaenda kwenye kituo hapati jina yake.
Several measures have also been undertaken to stem the spread of COVID-19. No one will be allowed inside the station without face masks, as IEBC officials will be at the entrances to check body temperatures.
Tutakuwa na clerk ambaye atashughulika na swala la watu kuhakikisha kwamba watu wamenawa mikono. Tutakuwa na sanitizers in all our polling stations. The polling stations have also been fumigated. Tukienda kule, all stations have been fumigated na tuko tayari kuweza kupokea wapiga kura kuanzia saa 12 hapo kesho.
Security has also been beefed up in Msambweni, with 2 police officers deployed to every polling center. 9 candidates will be battling it out in the race, with reports that one of them has already opted out of the battlefield. In the next 24 hours, residents of Msambweni in Kwale County will know who will represent them in the National Assembly, as the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission maintain that the mini poll will be free and fair. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Kwale County.
We apologize for that slight interruption within the story as it aired. We hope there won't be any interference in the election as we cover it tomorrow with Kevin Mutai. Now, just before we take a break, a look at some worrying numbers. The National Transport and Safety Authority, to be specific, has released some worrying statistics showing the fatalities on the roads as at the 13th of December this year in comparison to the same period under review last year. Let's look at some of them. There have been more lives lost so far this year to road crashes involving drivers, passengers, motorcyclists, pedal cyclists and pedestrians. As of Sunday, the 13th of December, 315 more people lost their lives in comparison to the year 2019, which is a 9.4% increase in deaths to road accidents. Something that stood out in this year's statistics is that the motorcyclists accounted for most of the fatalities, which is 1,450 lives lost in motorcycle accidents compared to 984 who were killed in the year 2019. The increase in road fatalities is despite what has been a year under supposed movement restrictions. As the festive season gets into top gear and travel expected to increase, Kenyans have been urged to observe caution. Drive safe, people, as you get about and move around. But remember, you've been encouraged, if you can stay home and can avoid travel, please do so to protect against the spread of the virus. We take a break here on NTV tonight. Stay with us. More coming up.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys.
Enjoy the magic of Christmas with Coca-Cola.
Kuchukua selfie ni kuchukua control ya future yako. Buy an Quick or Insti HIV test kit from your local pharmacy or through My Dawa. Hurry and get yours today at 150 Kenya shillings for a limited period of time. To talk to someone on how to use the test kits or interpret the test results and what to do next, call 1190. Hamu kujua, chukua selfie.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Every day, you hear news reports about the violence that children face.
We face sexual violence that tears our lives apart. We are beaten in our homes while we're supposed to be safe and even in school. We are insulted and berated.
If you see me being sexually abused, stop it.
If you see me being beaten, stop it.
If you see me being hit, stop it.
If you see me being bullied, stop it.
The violence against us will not end until you stop it. And the stories will remain the same until you change them.
Any form of violence against children is wrong. Report cases of abuse to a trusted adult children's officers, the police, or call the child helpline 116. Spot it and stop it.
Kitisuru Amani Gardens apartments located near the International School of Kenya are almost complete. American kitchen with featured cabinets, solar panels, bedrooms with an ensuite master bathroom, swimming pool, gym, backup generator and borehole, among other features. Call us. Our Kenyan number is +254 733 926 935. In the USA, call +1 205 948 7797. Kitisuru Amani Gardens apartments, where elegance and luxury meet.
Man, you got to have game. When it's all sweat, pressure and anxiety, yet that's just halftime. Stay cool and in the game with Imperial Leather for Men range. Wear luxury. A little luxury goes a long way.
Go Ahead is believing to make each day a brighter day. It is our faith to start all over again. Go Ahead is never giving up in the face of adversity. To go ahead, now that is the Kenyan spirit.
You haven't been my only love. And yes, excuse me for telling you, but my heart is divided and it's important that you know, isn't it?
Just like you blamed me before my people, I'll blame you before my father, because I won't be left
Yeah,
because
okay,
of you.
stop it.
I promise to give you a very important post. And there, you can be yourself and not hide under the shadow of your father.
I'm not a nobody.
You are a daddy's boy and you're desperate enough to do anything just to keep your luxuries.
What comes to your mind when you think of the perfect home for your family? Is it the beauty, the comfort, the security, the convenience, or even the affordability? Victory Gardens offers exactly that and much more. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Welcome back, and we go to church, but to a church that is falling apart given the administrative squabble at the moment. 4 bishops of the Methodist Church have claimed ownership of church property in their regions. The bishops have faulted the presiding bishop of squandering the church investments. Charity Mwangi reports on the ongoing wrangles there.
The house of God is turning into a house of cards. The solid ground on which the Methodist Church was built on in Kenya back in the early 1900s is also turning to quicksand. Congregants are today being called to action by a section of the Methodist Church clergy to save the ministry. The church, whose influence in Kenya revolved around the teaching of the gospel, the hospitality industry and higher education, is slowly losing its reputation, according to some of its disgruntled bishops.
God bless you.
The bishops associate the great loss experienced over the years to one man, presiding Bishop Joseph Ntombura.
He did not even qualify to become a priest. He is not an ordained minister. He has no theological degree to warrant him to take the leadership.
That notwithstanding, Ntombura sits at the helm, being the chief executive of the church. The clergymen term his management skills as wanting and are now concerned for the property owned by the church.
The land at Jomvu is over 150 acres. We have a land at Mikindani in Mombasa, which is about 267 acres. We have land at Magwanda within the coast, which is about 164 acres.
University, hii tunaita KEM, is slowly collapsing because of bad leadership.
Some of the professors who initiated some of the campuses are now crying out there without cause. Others have taken the church to court through the University workforce.
The former office of the Methodist Church and quarters was the other day, another year, a loan was taken, a huge one, 50 million. It was not serviced. The other day we were being told it has now gone to 70 million.
NTV reached out to the Methodist Church presiding Bishop Joseph Ntombura, who declined to respond to the accusations. The argument by some of the leaders who represent the Methodist Church in Nairobi, Coast, Mount Kenya and Western regions is that they have devolved the church functions, which should also translate to management of the church property in those regions. Charity Mwangi, NTV.
It's difficult to see that happening in the church or the house of God. Tell you what's even more sickening to see or hear. Police in Kirinyaga County are hunting for a man who went into hiding after allegedly defiling and impregnating 2 of his daughters. The news broke out over the weekend when the mother of the 2 girls reported the matter at the Sagana police station, demanding that her husband be arrested. Rose Wangoi has that story.
Angry residents of Kathaka village in Dia, Kirinyaga East held peaceful protest against the delayed arrest and prosecution of a man who defiled and impregnated his 2 daughters. The man, who is a church elder, is said to have allegedly defiled and impregnated his 16-year-old firstborn daughter. The teenager now has a 7-month-old baby.
Nilipatiwa ripoti na mwalimu nikunje shule ako na mimba ya miezi 6. Nikakaa nake mpaka mwezi wa 4 tarehe 21 akapata mtoto.
Tulipofanya uchunguzi tuliona kama babake alifanya hiyo kitendo.
Church elder seemed not to have been convicted of his ways as he went on to defile another one of his daughters. The 14-year-old revealed to her aunt that she was also pregnant.
Anasema ni baba yake alimsika. Nilienda kwa chief akaniambia niende polisi. Nikaenda polisi. Sasa tukapatiwa P3.
The girls have been taken to Sagana Sub-County Hospital for necessary medical checkups. The suspect is currently at large. He went missing after he realized his wife had reported him to the authorities.
Ni hatia kubwa sana. Mtu anafungwa miaka 20 na kwenda juu. Hiyo ndio sheria ya Kenya.
Tutafuatilia hii kesi mpaka conclusion. Hatuiachili hapa.
Police have launched a manhunt for the suspect as investigations continue. Muzongoi, NTV.
Oh man, let me give you a break after such sad stories, and when we come back, I'm afraid not too good news as the fuel prices have gone up. We'll be handling the business shortly.
Hi, I am Elut Kipchok, World Marathon Tokotol. I am here to encourage you to be active, to keep moving, and be positive in life.
Remember to continue using your Hapsa debit or credit card when out shopping to win fantastic rewards.
That's Africanacity. That's Hapsa.
Rock Industries brings you Rock Plastic with a variety of kitchenware, ranging from kitchen dishes, cups, plates, clothesline pegs, spoons, and even rulers for learners. All this coming in your preferred size, beautiful colors and texture, and our products are one shop away from where you are across the country. All Rock Industries Limited products are 100% virgin raw material that is cost-friendly. For these and more products, contact our offices on 0722 575619 or 0736 028181. You can also visit our offices in Industrial Area, Ndume Road, off Lunga Lunga Road, Nairobi.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more. Like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys.
Enjoy the magic of Christmas with Coca-Cola.
Mimi naitwa James Ng'ang'a Mwangi, bibi yangu anaitwa Beatrice Wajiro Ng'ang'a. si tuliandikwa 1979 kwa sababu nilionelea ni peo pesa yangu yote kwa Rafad. Mimi sikusumbuliwa hata kidogo. Niko na nyumba kama hii mnaona hapa, ilijenga na hiyo pesa. Kwa sababu tuko na ng'ombe, tuko na mbuzi, tuko na kuku, kijana ndogo, hata mtu wote iko biashara, aije Rafad itasaidia. Na naona mimi nafaidika kwa hiyo pesa ya Rafad. Watu wa Rafad mimi nawashukuru.
Fund, celebrating 60 years of service.
Kila siku unapokaza mshipi, unapozidi bidii, unapoongeza maarifa ya kuimarisha maisha, unapoongeza nguvu ya kukusongeza mbele, unaposherehekea na kuwakaribisha wengine kufurahia nawe, unapojijenga kibiashara na kuonyesha penzi lako, unga unaozaidisha uko papo hapo, kuzaidisha utamu wa maisha kwa kila namna, kila mara. Familia ya Ajab imeongezeka ili uzidishe mapishi. Mambo ni Ajab.
Rhino Mabati Factory Limited is a manufacturer of custom-made roofing mabati up to 6.5 meters that save up to 25% on off-cuts cost. We offer fast free delivery countrywide. You can now enjoy our Christmas mega sales on all tile profile charcoal grey matte finish gauge 28 at only 645 shillings per meter. Visit any of our factory showrooms in Kitengela along Namanga Roads or Meru Makutano.
With the Stay Soft refill, saving money is as easy as snip, pour, mix with water and shake. Stay Soft refill. It's 2 liters of Stay Soft for up to 30% less.
Set some time aside to relax and awaken your senses with Nivea Body Oil and Lotion. Available in Cherry Blossom, Vanilla and Rose scents. Carve out some me time with Nivea Body Oil and Lotion. Awaken your senses.
Welcome to the business news. The board of the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority has dismissed Pavel Robert Oimeke from his post as the Director General days after he was arrested by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, for allegedly soliciting a 200,000 shillings bribe. Daniel Kipto Bargoria, who has been the legal advisor to the Ministry of Energy, has now been appointed to office in an acting capacity, according to a statement by the board's chairman, Jackton Ojwang. Oimeke had been in office since 2020, but earlier this year, but his reappointment on a 3-year term in July this year would be temporarily halted after a petitioner moved to court accusing him of colluding with illegal LPG dealers, nepotism, tribalism and favoritism. The petition would later be dismissed by the court in October and Oimeke reinstated. Motorists will have to pay more for fuel this Christmas after the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority revised the maximum fuel retail prices for the next 1 month upwards. Petrol users in Nairobi will pay 97 cents more per litre of the commodity, while diesel and kerosene users will pay an extra 1 shilling and 12 cents and 1 shilling and 93 cents per litre, respectively. The adjustments were informed by marginal changes in the average landed cost of the petroleum products. The new prices take effect at midnight. Kenya and Somaliland have commenced bilateral talks aimed at strengthening trade and diplomatic ties between the two states a move that analysts believe has been fueled by the steep decline in diplomatic relations between Kenya and Somalia. Details of what has been agreed on in the first day of the talks that will be finalized tomorrow are not yet clear, but a statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Sunday indicated that Kenya could be or would be pursuing partnerships in the financial and aviation sectors, with direct Kenya Airways flights between Nairobi and Hargeisa being carefully explored. With Somalia's ban on miraa imports from Kenya still in place, a new market for Kenya's miraa could also be in the cards, while Somaliland will be hoping to use the opportunity to further affirm itself as an independent state. Kenya is targeting to increase its exports to the United Kingdom by 5% in the first year of the operationalization of the new trade agreement signed between the two countries last week. The deal will allow Kenyan exporters of flowers and other fresh vegetables to continue accessing the UK market under a duty-free and quota-free arrangement, even after Britain exits the European Union by the end of this year. But the list of goods could be expanded to include textile, livestock, fish, and other processed goods.
I've seen that in the media. Once it was signed, it's like, what is the need for Kenya? You've just opened up the market for cheap imports from the United Kingdom into our market. And we really want to give you as well the assurance that we have taken good care of this by having a list of sensitive products on both sides, which on the part of Kenya include the same list that we have included in the EAC EU EPA. So there is no danger that we have, we have flexibilized or we have liberalized beyond what we had done with Europe.
The Kenya Bureau of Standards has ruled out the extension of the December 31st deadline for the importation of second-hand cars manufactured in 2013, warning car dealers that any vehicle registered in 2013 arriving after December 31st will be rejected at the importer's expense. Importers of second-hand cars in Mombasa had earlier this month petitioned the government to extend the deadline by 3 months, arguing that COVID-19 had delayed the arrival of some units ordered in March and May. Kenya has capped the age limit for imported used motor vehicles at 8 years, but the government has been pushing to reduce the age limit to 5 years in an effort to cut emissions. And that's it for business. Just to correct something that I erroneously stated earlier, Pavel Robert Oimeke, he has been fired, or he's no longer the director at the Energy Regulatory Commission, a position he's held since August 2017. I said 2020. Let me get the facts straight. We'll be back with more.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa? Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi! Guy! What the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
Hi, I am Eliud Kipchoge, World Marathon Record. I am here to encourage you to be active, to keep moving, and be positive in life.
Remember to continue using your Hafsa debit or credit card when out shopping to win fantastic rewards.
That's African acid. That's absent.
From far with you. I even
even gifted you a magnificent house. Rosa, it's the thought that counts. Please help me.
When it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Panadol Baby and Infant, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
Set some time aside to relax and awaken your senses with Nivea Body Oil and Lotion. Available in Cherry Blossom, Vanilla and Rose scents. Carve out some me time with Nivea Body Oil and Lotion. Awaken your senses.
Jikoko wameamua kujoin dance ya chini kwa chini. Kibei. Yani jiko sao sote wameamua kupunguza bei. Chini kwa chini, 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 chini kwa chini.
Okoa Krisi na Ban Jikokoa. Ban Jikokoa. Jiko asili ya
Get fresh, gotta get fresh.
Downy's new boom boom pow, Downy boom boom pow. Smells bayana uchafuzi na zibita improve Downy. Protect nguo zangu na nukia niko safi. Lazima niwe fresh na Downy's boom boom pow. Boom boom pow, Downy's new boom boom pow. Smells zote na zi boom boom pow. Powerful freshness, Downy's boom boom pow. Nani 15 bob too?
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Welcome back. Did you know that Elgeyo-Marakwet County is ranked among the best counties to be born in? Well, this is according to research done by the Ministry of Health in the year 2018. Well, the secret, according to the county governor, Alex Tolgos, is ensuring proper health services to Wananchi. Lois Wangoi has the story of Elgeyo-Marakwet's achievement in health, water and environment services.
Iten Referral Hospital has undergone a major facelift with enhanced budget allocations. This facility has now attained the status of a county referral hospital with 2 new theaters and a state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment installed.
And right now, people from Elgeyo-Marakwet don't need to go to Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital for dialysis. They have a complete working 5-bed dialysis machines.
The COVID-19 pandemic called for a quick response to the emerging needs, both in terms of capacity and equipment.
We've been able to install or purchase 5 ICU beds that is currently in Tambach, our isolation center. But as the COVID cases declines, we are planning to bring at least 3 beds to Iten County Referral Hospital where the personnel are, and we'll be able to reduce the number of referrals because of the ICU beds.
But it is the maternal healthcare infrastructure that has perhaps received the most support from the county government. The construction of a neonatal ICU, availability of surgeons and gynecologists to attend to expectant mothers has made childbearing a joy.
They were encouraged to deliver in health facilities, and that has really borne a lot of fruits. Because at the moment, Elgeyo-Marakwet has been categorized as among the safest counties for mothers to deliver.
In education, the county is investing heavily in early childhood development and vocational training.
A lot of graduates from these vocational training centers have been able to be absorbed in the market.
The county's environment is a commercial treasure on its own, from the high altitude loved by athletes to the waterfalls and hanging valleys. The county government is now inviting investors to install cable cars.
Even the Ministry of Tourism, through the Tourism Fund, allocated 80 million, which again we are still asking the tourism CS that to kindly consider doing the feasibility study.
Elgeyo Marakwet is the second county in the country with the highest forest cover at 37.5%. Here, every household and institution is encouraged to plant trees. Environmental conservation is creating employment. For example, these women self-help group trades in tree seedlings.
County government walitusaidia mwaka jana kwa mambo ya soko. Mwaka jana walitupea tenda ya 650,000 tukasupply miti kwa ward yetu, na pia hata mwaka hii wametusaidia tenda pia ya 500,000, na hiyo imesaidia kina mama.
Environmental conservation has seen availability of water become a direct consequence. The Iten Tambach Water and Sewerage Company installed many kilometers of distribution pipes to ensure water reaches as many people as possible.
Initially, we used to serve around 15,600 people within our area of jurisdiction, and then currently we serve 28,800 people within our area of jurisdiction.
The county is using community water projects approach to hasten the distribution of clean water. Morgoin Community Water Project has empowered its members technically to ensure they can deal with some minor issues themselves.
After the county government came in, we are able to serve Marakwet West, Uasin Gishu, and Keyo North.
Lois Wangoi, NTV, in the county of Elgeyo Marakwet.
Some entertainment news here, and a Kenyan-made film won big at this year's Kisima Music and Film Awards held at Sarit Center, Nairobi over the weekend. Zamaradi Productions won in the Clean Content Award with their film Dream Child. The winner took home a cash prize of 1 million shillings, courtesy of the Kenya Film Classification Board. Now, Nation Media Group is the official media partner in this year's edition of the event that is aimed at nurturing talented young people eyeing careers in the entertaining sector. A feature film, 40 Sticks, a full-length 95-minute thriller set in Nairobi, dominated the list of awards during the colorful ceremony, winning 4 awards. It won the Africa Best Feature Film, Africa Best Producer going to Faki Liwali, Africa Best Lead Actor Robert Agengo, as well as the Africa Best Supporting Actor.
Film Kajitan Boy, 40 Sticks.
Congratulations. Oh, you want to say something very short? Yes.
Well done to everyone who was awarded. Next up is the sport with my supporting act, Ida Waringa.
Roofing Insights. When roofing, choose custom-made roofing mabati that saves up to 25% on off-cut cost. Ensure the company has variety of colors and profiles to choose from. Must be KEBS certified and provide fast and free delivery countrywide. You can now enjoy our Christmas mega sales on all tile profile charcoal grey matte finish gauge 28 at only 645 shillings per meter. Visit any of our factory showrooms in Kitengela along Namanga Roads or Meru Makutano.
Unapojijenga kibiashara na kuonyesha penzi lako, unga unaozaidisha uko papo hapo, kuzaidisha utamu wa maisha kwa kila namna, kila mara. Familia ya Ajab imeongezeka ili uzidishe mapishi. Mambo ni Ajab.
This Christmas, jaza kwa sababu there's a whooping 1 million bob to be won. All you have to do ni kupiga shopping worth 1,500 and above. Na uko ndani ya draw. Krisi, ibambe na Quickmart. Quickmart, fresh and easy.
Did you know at Ruiru Mabati Factory you can open an account and lipa pole pole at your convenience? Did you know at Ruiru Mabati Factory you can get customized sizes according to your roof plan to avoid wastage? Did you know Ruiru Mabati Factory offers free delivery countrywide within 72 hours?
To order, call us now on 0111 050 700. Ruiru Mabati Factory, mali safi kwa bei poa.
You haven't been my only love. And yes, excuse me for telling you, but my heart is divided and it's important that you know, isn't it?
Just like you blamed me before my people, I'll blame you before my father, because I won't be left
Yeah,
because
okay,
of you.
stop it.
I promise to give you a very important post. And there, you can be yourself and not hide under the shadow of your father.
I'm not a nobody.
You are a daddy's boy and you're desperate enough to do anything just to keep your luxuries.
What comes to your mind when you think of the perfect home for your family? Is it the beauty, the comfort, the security, the convenience, or even the affordability? Victory Gardens offers exactly that and much more. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
A very good evening to you. Time for the latest in the world of sport. I'm Ida Warenga. And Athletics Kenya celebrates 70 years on Tuesday at the Nyayo National Stadium in a ceremony that will be graced by Sports Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohammed. Select veteran and current athletes, as well as the families of legendary athletes who have passed on, have been invited to grace the occasion. The association was formed in 1951 by the late Archie Evans as a requirement in any country wishing to send athletes to international competitions, especially the British Empire and Commonwealth Games. Back then, it was known as the Kenya Amateur Athletics Association up until its name change to Athletics Kenya in 2002.
First of all, we'll have the documentary. We'll publish a book. In fact, I think the book is almost, it will be ready. We have asked some of them to bring their, what they used those days, because we also want to enrich our museum up here. And some of them are bringing. So we hope that they will be displayed tomorrow, and you will be able to see them, and so that you can also see where we have come from all that time up to, and including the new shoe.
Great, and much more on that tomorrow from the 1 p.m. bulletin. Well, the third edition of the Eldoret City Marathon will be held on 11th April 2021. That announcement was made during the marathon's launch in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County. This comes a few months after the marathon was singled out as a possible qualifying event for the Abbott World Marathon Majors. The race was initially postponed in April due to the COVID-19 pandemic before its 2020 cancellation and subsequent refocus on the 2021 edition altogether. The organizers also used the opportunity to keep tabs on the 15,000 tree seedlings that were planted at Kapseret Forest near Eldoret, with the marathon also well known for its efforts towards environment conservation. The marathon is billed as one of the highest paying in Africa, with the winner set to pocket 3.5 million shillings.
For public relations. So
we have already applied, and we have, starting from bronze, silver, gold and platinum.
Our take is that this marathon should be discussed with its theme of environmental conservation. We want, among all the marathons in the world, to be associated with championing environmental conservation. That is what should come out.
Breakdancing, you've seen it in movies, dance shows and music videos, and now you will see it in the Olympics, the 2024 Olympics that is, with the International Olympic Committee adding the popular acrobatic dance to the Paris Summer Games. Lokeder Natiom analyzes Kenya's potential to pop, lock and drop it at the most prestigious and famous games in the world.
Okay, so it's the hip-hop style dancing with the yeah, that kind of thing.
I'm a bit confused because I know there's the pop and lock, and there's one where you actually like spin like a record on the floor, you know, and you break your neck or something, but I'm not really sure.
Breakdancing is a dance that was done a lot in the 80s. We did a lot of that in high school and competitions and all.
Kenyans have previously incorporated dance in their victory celebrations at the Olympics, and in the not too distant future, they stand a chance of winning a medal for doing so. This follows the International Olympic Committee's decision to add breakdancing, an athletic street dance competition, to its roster at the 2024 Olympics set for Paris, France.
It means that in Kenya, one of the things we've been saying is that we want people, especially the youth, to participate in sports. Breakdance provides them an opportunity. Most of all, it helps us to have an additional item to present within the Olympics.
Breakdance was created in the United States in the 70s, but has since taken root in different parts of the world, Kenya included.
Absolutely. Have you seen our bodies? Have you seen our bodies? No, but for real though, we've got talent and we've got the skills, and we're very flexible as well. So yes, I think we do have a future.
I mean, I guess so, yeah. We have a lot of talented dancers and I don't see why not.
Breakdance mainly consists of 4 kinds of movements, that is the top rock, down rock, power moves and freezes. Before COVID-19 effects ravaged the world, Kenya was set to hold an inaugural breakdance competition in conjunction with the international dance crew Floor Rippers. According to NOC, the local Olympics committee is in the process of registering a national federation for the novel sport that will be known as the Dance Sports Federation of Kenya. The floor is yours. Lokeder Natiom, NTV.
Great, thanks for that, Lokeder. And with the Formula One season done and dusted, there's lots to take in from that unprecedented year. One moment topped the coronavirus-ravaged season, that of Lewis Hamilton winning his 7th world title to equal F1 great Michael Schumacher. President of the Federation of International Automobiles, Jean Todt, who is a close friend of Schumacher as well as the F1 legend's former Ferrari boss, spoke to me about Hamilton's record-equaling feat.
It's amazing. Lewis Hamilton is a very talented driver. He's a great human being. You know, motor racing is a combination. A car, a machine, a team, and a driver. When you have such a success, it means that you have been able to put all together. He has been able to have around him a dream team, which is allowing to beat all the records in Formula One. And it's, I mean, fascinating, and I'm full of admiration for that.
Right, a quick look at European football, and Barcelona will face Paris Saint-Germain, beg your pardon, in the last 16 of the Champions League, arguably the tie of the round in what is set to be a repeat of their 2017 classic. Holders Bayern Munich face Italian side Lazio, who are in the knockout stage for the first time in 20 years. 2019 champions Liverpool will face last season's semi-finalists RB Leipzig, while Chelsea definitely will be coming up against Atletico Madrid. Manchester City will face Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are in the last 16 for the first time since 1978. Cristiano Ronaldo will face his boyhood club as Juventus meet Porto. And the first legs will be spread across 2 midweeks in February and March. Meanwhile, in the Europa League, Arsenal will face Portuguese giants Benfica as Manchester United take on Real Sociedad in the round of 32. Right, let me know what you think about those fixtures in the Champions League at Ida Waringa on Twitter. That does it for Sport Tonight. Much more tomorrow. Do enjoy your viewing.
And yes, we're done here at NTV tonight. Thank you to my director, Jackson Odirago, as well as my producer, Zainab Wandati, and David Agundoa for the sign language interpretation, and Peke behind the camera here, trying to make me look as good as I can. He has to do a lot of work to make that happen. Keep safe. I'm Mark Masai. Good night.
NTV, turning on your world.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice. It's great here in paradise.